It's the first week of July, and you might think that our planting days are over. But guess what? There are a couple more veggies that you can plant this week in order to guarantee a great fall harvest. So hang out with me today, and I'll teach you what 6 veggies I plant every year this week and always have a bountiful abundance of veggies by the beginning of October. Hi, welcome to God in the Greenhouse. I'm Nicola, and I'm so happy you made it today. God bless America. Happy 4th of July, everybody. I can't believe it's already the first week of July, but that's okay with me because God has been blessing us with some awesome weather here in northern Michigan, and I cannot get enough of the sunshine. I'm so happy that I'm going to be out there today putting these veggies into the ground. Now, these 6 veggies I want to teach you about all can be harvested within 70 to 90 days from now, the first week of July. So pretty much in any zone, you're safe to go ahead and plant these. They also all don't mind the heat as well, so you don't have to worry about them bolting. These 6 are also great for if you haven't even got a chance to start a garden yet, because at least you'll be guaranteed some kind of veggies at the end of the season. So if you want to start these now, start them now, and you'll have an abundance to work with. Now, some of these veggies, I already have planted, and they're growing pretty well. But I want to get more into the ground because I want to guarantee myself an even bigger harvest at the end of the season, because these ones in the ground are probably going to already die out the end of August, beginning of September. So let's get out to that garden, and I'm going to teach you what these 6 veggies are so you can have an awesome fall harvest as well. First up, bush beans. These guys are champions for a quick and rewarding harvest. Now this year I'm planting tender green and green pod green beans because these guys, they tend to mature relatively quickly, like within 50 to 60 days. So that definitely guarantees me another harvest around the end of August, beginning of September. That's just in time for all these other plants I have planted to start winding down for the season. So these guys really love a lot of sunshine and well-drained soil. These beans do just fine getting planted directly into the ground, 1 inch deep and 1 inch apart. And these 2 varieties, there's no need to trellis, so that makes planting these guys super easy. All you gotta do is remember to consistently water them, especially as the pods start forming. So the second veggie I want to talk about is spinach. Now, I'm not going crazy. I actually found a variety that can withstand the heat and is very good at not bolting. So this is great for late spring, early summer, just in time for the first week of July. This is called Bloomsdale long-standing spinach. I love this spinach. It's got a thick, glossy, crinkly green leaf, and it only takes around 55 days or so to be able to start harvesting. So you can start planting them now, and every couple weeks plant more because they are also cold resistant. So you can go into the end of September, the beginning of October with these as well. Great spinach. I highly recommend. So I'm going to be planting this spinach in between my lettuce that's growing right here now, because they actually will all be pretty much mature together in about 55 days. So this will be great companion plant for the lettuce. And also, it will benefit from the shade cloth from time to time that I do have to put over this bed on the super sunny days. Now, in order to plant this spinach, you want to go ahead and put them the seeds almost down about 1 inch, 3/4 of an inch to 1 inch, and also 1 inch apart. You can start harvesting as soon as they start growing too. Now, before we get into that third plant, I would like to invite you all to comment below. Let me know what you plant in the first week of July. Let me know how life's been. Did you even get a chance to start your garden yet? Are you going to start your garden with these 6 plants? I would love to hear from you. Now, if you're a new subscriber, I welcome you and I thank you so very much for joining us all. Now, if you haven't hit that subscribe button yet, I do invite you to go ahead and hit it. This is a new channel. We are all growing in God, with God, together, learning together, conquering this gardening thing without going overboard on spending too much money or doing too much maintenance, just using God's provisions and going with that. And the third veggie I want to talk about today are cucumbers. One of my most favorite veggies to grow, especially because they're super easy and you can plant them throughout the whole entire summer. The first week of July will be my second planting of cucumbers. My first planting of cucumbers was at the beginning of June, and those are starting to come in quite well. But I want to get this second set in this week because as July gets hotter, these pea plants here on my trellis will start dying off, and I want something new to start growing up this trellis. So the 3 cucumbers I have here picked out are the white spine cucumber, the Chicago pickling cucumber, and my favorite cucumber to grow because it's so easy and heat tolerant is the Marketmore 76. Now, all of these cucumbers will germinate within 2 weeks or so and be totally mature, ready for harvesting at about 50 to 70 days after planting. So they're really a great plant to start at the beginning of July for a wonderful fall harvest. Now, what I'll be doing here for these cucumbers is I will be tilling up this ground a little bit, putting up a fallen branch border, most likely. We have so many fallen branches from that ice storm. So I just been using them as garden borders to put them to use lately. And I will be planting them right on this side under here because as these pea plants start dying, I'll start pulling them out. More sun will get through and these guys will grow great and fill my trellis out wonderfully. Now the fourth veggie we're going to touch on is lettuce. I start my second batch of lettuce every year at the first week of 4th of July week, and it always does really good, especially with these 3 varieties because they are a little more on the heat tolerant side and they grow nice and fast. So you can get a nice early fall, late summer harvest. And if you keep planting them, like in another 2 weeks, plant some more, you can continue going into the fall as well. Now, the 3 I have here are a Little Gem, a Buttercrunch, and also a Green Ice. Now, all of these seeds I'm going to start here in this box. And then as they grow, I'm going to thin them out and take some of the babies and put them directly into the garden. So I'll have lettuce growing here, and I'll have lettuce growing in there, and I'll have a continuous harvest of lettuce, especially with all the salads and taco nights that we have around here. We go through lettuce like rabbits. I will be leaving all the links to any of the seeds you see here in this video today. So check that out in the description if you're interested, and they should come in time for you to be able to plant these. You really have all the way till the second week of July to get these in the ground. Now, lettuce is very easy to grow. It is just like every other plant. It loves a rich, well-draining soil and lots of moisture, especially during its growing time. So just keep up on watering and make sure you fertilize once in a while, and you will have a very nice abundance of lettuce within just a couple weeks. Now the 5th veggie I want to talk about are carrots. I found a variety that matures within 84 days after planting. And I'm talking germination and everything. This is the Not Corliss. And like I said, I will be leaving the links to be able to purchase these seeds in the description. So make sure to check that out, because these are a great carrot, very easy to grow. I honestly just sprinkle them all over the bed I want to grow them on. Press them in a little bit, not very much. I really don't cover them with any dirt. And then I just keep them watered every single day. But I'm out here watering every day anyway, because I am growing on mostly just a very sandy loam. So I am constantly trying to irrigate and keep everything happy. So for me, that's an easy thing to do. These do great with the cardboard or board method if you need to do that. Like I said, I grow them just by sprinkling them, watering them, and then thinning them out as they get about 2 to 3 inches tall. And then I only really thin them out between, give them like a 6-inch diameter, because they do grow pretty nice and thick. And you start them now this week, the week of the 4th of July. You can start harvesting the last week of September going into the first week of October. So these, you can wait all the way till the second week of July if you wanted to, because you can go into October with these just fine. Even if you hit a first frost, they will do great because they'll actually sweeten up with the colder weather. So yeah, for my 5th veggie, I highly recommend getting some carrots in the ground. All right, last but not least, summer squash, number 6. So summer squash, you can't go wrong with planting it when it's nice and hot. This stuff loves the heat, loves the sun. As long as you keep it moist, but also well drained, these plants will grow very prolifically and you'll end up with a lot of fruit. Now, right here I have the Black Beauty. That will mature within 74 days, and that includes germination. And then we also have the early prolific straight neck. Now this is very early. This will be ready for you, within 60 days. And that includes the germination and all of that. I will be doing these in the containers because throughout the summer, and as the leaves grow in on these trees and the sun changes, I will be moving these containers so that these squash plants can get the best sun they possibly can get. Now, squash is very easy to grow. It just really likes a very nutrient-dense, organic, matter-filled soil that's very well draining and moist pretty much at all times. Now, as the fruit grows in, you do want to make sure that you are picking it on a regular basis to keep the plant prolific and going. You can also succession plant these. You plant some now this week, and then at the end of July, plant a couple more, especially the straight neck one, because it grows so fast, you'll get a very last harvest in the middle of October, end of October. Thank you so much for sticking around to the end. Now don't forget, with all 6 of these veggies, the bush beans, the spinach, the cucumbers, the lettuce, the carrots, and the squash, you can all wait till about the second week of July if you wanted to, if you didn't have time. And you can still get a really good harvest in going into October, especially if you live in the warmer climate. I'm so thankful to God for this beautiful day He gave us to hang out with each other. I really hope you had a good time. I hope you hit that subscribe button, like, comment, share. It all really helps. We'll see you in the next video. Have a blessed one.